All right, we're here at Neillsville, and welcome to Zaleski Sports, as we will be bringing you the Neillsville Granton against the Stratford Tigers, as Neillsville, coming off from last year with a 13-9 overall record, 7-3 in conference, will be taking on the Stratford Tigers, as they were co-champions in the Marywood South last year, tying Marathon with a 7-1 record, and Stratford had, I'm trying to find it here, their overall. I can't find it right now, but had an outstanding season, I think, with only 6 losses last year. And actually, their Legion team was in the Class A state tournament last year and finished runner-up. So a lot of those ball players on this team. And they are missing, actually, for Stratford, they are missing, they lost 2 main players in Zaleski and also, here we go, Henry Zaleski, who was a second-team All-Conference, and Brady Schmidt, a first-team All-Conference player, and Landon Zawislin, who was an honorable mention All-Conference, graduated last year. So it's a new experience. Starting for the Stratford Tigers tonight will be Christian Ream, who was not on the varsity last year, and so he was on the JVs, and so it'll be interesting starting out the season. Both season openers for both teams, and Neillsville is in the Clover Belt East Conference, and they finished second behind the Columbus Dons last year. Columbus was 10-0, 16-4 overall, while I mentioned Neillsville 7-3 and 13-9 overall, followed by Loyal at 6-4, Spencer 4-6, Gilman 3-7, and Greenwood 0-10. And should be another great season for both of these clubs, as you go back in time and you see how Neillsville has dominated actually the Clover Belt Conference, as out of the last 12 years, they've been conference champions 6 times. So 2 great programs. Stratford, the same way, with winning, 4 out of the last 5 years, and it will be a battle with Marathon, as Marathon has quite a few ball players coming back also. So we're going to take a little break here and just pay a few bills, and we'll be right back, and you're watching high school baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by DoorsDelivered.com.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Hi, I'm Big Clarence, and I'm so terrific that Mall Furniture decided to name their latest and greatest sale after me, Big Clarence.
Sorry, Clarence, apparently you misunderstood. It's Mall Furniture's clearance sale. And right now the savings are phenomenal on all the top quality furniture at
Mall Furniture's clearance sale.
That's Mall Furniture's clearance sale.
Clarence!
That's clearance, Clarence.
And we're back here at Neillsville, and as I mentioned, this is a season opener for both ball clubs. And actually, Stratford has kind of a new look this year, as Marshall Lehman, who was the coach the last 6 seasons for the Stratford Tigers, has now left that position as head coach and given it over to Drew Spaeth, who was an assistant with him for the last 6 years. And talking to Drew, he's just tickled pink, as this is his season opener as head coach for the Stratford Tigers. Marshall Lehman, who had an outstanding record while he was at Stratford, with 93 wins, 24 losses overall, a .794 winning percentage. He had 4 conference championships, and they were state champions back in 2019 with a 22-2 record. For the Neillsville Warriors, a very good ball club also, and they are coached by Dave Matson. And I just had Dave's. Here we go. Dave is in his 21st season with Neillsville, and 35th overall. He just retired from teaching, and Dave has a current overall record of 240 wins and 132 losses for Neillsville in his career here, and has done an outstanding job. And I remember working his ball games actually when I was umpiring back 20 years ago, and he started here at Neillsville, and so we've refereed volleyball together also, and just a great man to work with. So we'll be just starting here shortly as the umpires are trying to set some ground rules down there, and they're also looking up here, if we are going to have the national anthem. So it's actually, I think they wanted Larry Hazer to sing that national anthem, but Larry's shaking his head no. So fat chance of that happening. And so going back to the teams that have won the conference in the last 11 seasons, of course, the Marshfield Columbus Catholic Dons were champions last year. Neillsville in 23, Columbus again in 22, Neillsville in 21. So it should be Neillsville's turn to take conference this year. Then we had the COVID season. Then in 2019 it was Greenwood. 18 it was Gilman. In 17 it was Greenwood and Neillsville. In 16 it was Loyal. In 15 Neillsville and Spencer. And then in 13 and 14 it was Neillsville. And for the Stratford Tigers, it's very, in the last 4 or 5 years here, they've been outstanding, as last year Stratford and Marathon tied for the conference. And then in 23 it was Marathon, 22 it was Stratford, 21 Stratford and Edgar. In 20 it was the COVID year, in 19 Stratford, and then Marathon had a dominance. In 18 it was Marathon, Pittsville, who was in the Marywood Conference, and they were conference champions in 17, and then Marathon won it in 13, 14, and 15, and they will contend again this year. Our starting lineups, which is brought to you by, I'm trying to find my sheets here, is brought to you by JBC Screen Printing and Embroidery in Neillsville. Is the hometown team for all your screen printing, embroidery, and promotional product needs. For friendly, helpful service and competitive pricing, call 715-743-3113 or visit jbcscreenprinting.com. Out on the mound right now for the Neillsville Warriors is Andy Hazer. He will be pitching, and catching for him today will be Wyatt Hanna is catching for him. The starting lineup will start with the Stratford Tigers here. Leading off and playing center field will be Jack Tubbs. Batting second and playing shortstop, Riley Spindler. Batting third, the third baseman, Vance Kielman. Batting in the cleanup spot, the catcher, Brady Berg. And batting fifth, Jagger Orman, playing left field. Batting sixth, Christian Ream, and he's on the mound for the Tigers today, as Trygve Aschenbrenner is at first base. And batting seventh and eighth is Jack Remus, playing right field, and Colton Haupt is playing second base. And in the batting box at this time, Jack Tubbs, as he was player of the year for football. And not really a good way to start out the season, as the first pitch by Andy Hazer lands up hitting Jack Tubbs. And on a cold day, that does not feel good. It doesn't feel good anytime, but when it's a cold day, it really feels bad. And coming in now is the shortstop, Riley Spindler. And pass ball going back to the screen as Tubbs goes to second base. So a runner at second now. And a 1-0 count on shortstop Riley Spindler. an outstanding basketball player for the Stratford Tigers this last season, as he was an all-conference selection. As the next pitch comes in with a fastball, catching the inside corner for strike one. Vance Kuhlman will follow him, the third baseman, and then Brady Berg, the cleanup hitter, and catching for the Tigers. Swing and a miss on a curveball, and Hannah makes a nice stop on it. 1-2 count for Riley Spindler here now. Heiser from the stretch, and a shot to left field, and down in front of the left fielder. And a base hit for Riley Spindler as he starts out the season with a base hit. As Tubbs goes into third, so runners now at first and third for the Stratford Tigers. With nobody out, bringing up the third baseman, Vance Kuhlman. And trying to look for my stats here from last year. Hazer gets a sign, checks the runner at first, and it's shot down the right field line and foul. 310, 365 in the power alleys here at Granton. This field's really good shape for as much precipitation that we've had in the last 2.5 weeks here. 0-1 count to Kuhlman. Kuhlman with a fly ball up the left and gets by Hartwig, and it'll score Tubbs. Spindler goes into third, and standing up with a stand-up double is Vance Kuhlman, and an RBI for Kuhlman as Stratford starts pounding the ball right away. Now we have runners at second and third with nobody out. Bringing up the cleanup hitter, catcher Brady Berg, as Brady has been some looks from college coaches. Winona State has been looking at him, and so is UW Stevens Point. First pitch, high upstairs for ball one. As Berg was on that American Legion team that finished second in the state. Next pitch, high upstairs, ball two. Stratford Tigers hit 285 as a team last year, and they're not afraid. Next pitch comes in, a fastball catches the inside corner for strike one, 2-1 count. Stratford Tigers are not afraid to run either. They had 59 stolen bases last year and was only caught twice on the season. These are way high and outside. Ball three, 3-1 count on the cleanup hitter, Brady Berg. Cloudy, overcast skies here at Neillsville, but not too bad temperature-wise as Brady Berg works a walk to load the bases for the Stratford Tigers. To bring up the left fielder, Jagger Orman. Orman last year hit .333 for the Tigers and had a slugging on-base percentage of .455. As Orman takes the first pitch and fouls it off for strike one. Tigers leading here early, 1-0, on an RBI double by Vance Kuhlman. And pitch comes in and a call, strike two. 0-2 count to the left fielder, Jagger Orman. And the pitch high and brushes him back as Orman shakes his head. Shakes the butterflies out of there a little bit. Full count. These are working out of the stretch. And a shot out to right field. And on the beat is Anding, and coming in to score is Spindler, and a sacrifice fly for Orman with one out. It's kind of funny listening to the radio announcers over here, too. Larry Hazer having a great time over here, so we may be chuckling once in a while. Next up for the Tigers is the pitcher, Christian Rehm, with runners at the corners. From the stretch, high for ball one. As Hazer's having a little problems trying to find the plate. And going to steal second is Berg. He's at second. And the next pitch comes in for a swing and a miss by Rehm to make the count 1-1 with one down. And runners at second and third for the Stratford Tigers as Rehm fouls it back to the screen. 1-2 count now. On the right hand hitting Christian Rehm, who will be pitching today, making his varsity debut for the Stratford Tigers. And Hazer from the stretch. And the pitch. Whoa! Almost got him there. A 2-2 count. As you got to be on your toes right now, as it seems like Andrew's having a little problem trying to find the plate. And the pitch. And fouled it off. Count remains 2-2 with one down here. Berg at second. Kuhlman at third. Heiser gets the signs from the stretch. And the pitch. And a pop-up on a curveball to the second baseman. And little snow cone there as Uptergrove makes the catch for out number 2. Had a little snow cone there that it was just a little bit too much white showing there. So 2 down here now for the Stratford Tigers. Runners still at second and third. And the first baseman, Trygve Aschenbrenner. And pass ball, throw will come in, and scoring is Vance Kuhlman. As it went off the glove of Hannah. So Kuhlman will score on a pass ball as Berg advances to third. It was a catchable ball. So Aschenbrenner has 1-0 count now with 2 outs and a runner at third. That would be Brady Berg. And there's a strike right at the knees. Tigers are up now 3-0 in the first inning. Great way to start the season for the Stratford Tigers. Ground ball to third. Scooped up by Hazer. Throws over to first and got him for out number 3. So the Tigers come up with 3 runs on 2 hits. No errors and 1 man left. After a half inning of play, it's the Stratford Tigers 3 and the Neillsville Granton Warriors nothing. And
you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
And we're back here at Neillsville as the Stratford Tigers opened up with 3 runs here in the first inning to take a 3-0 lead. As warming up for the Stratford Tigers right now is starting pitcher Christian Ream. As I mentioned, this is his actually varsity debut. The umpires are going out actually now to look at the glove of Christian Ream. Not sure if what they're kind of looking at here is of the color of it or what, but they're kind of questioning it. And I think Christian's telling him, hey, I used it all the time. So I'm thinking they are going to let him use it. So there is a little white on the back of the glove where the glove comes down on the end and goes across the back of the hand. And so I don't know if they were questioning that or what, but they're going to let him use it. So Berg behind the plate today and Ream on the mound is your battering duo today. Neillsville was supposed to start the season back on Tuesday against Fall Creek, but that was canceled because of cold weather, and Abbotsford Kobe game was canceled last night. And so, but they will go to Auburndale on Monday, April 7th, and that might be questionable also. So as the temperatures are supposed to get down for a high of about 30 degrees on Monday, so there might be a few games that will be canceled because of the cold weather. Leading off for the Neillsville Warriors will be the second baseman, number 1, Chase Uptergrove, followed by Gunnar Barth and Andrew Hazer will be your first 3 batters for the Neillsville Warriors. General contractor, they do new builds and remodels. From garages, decks, and garage doors to windows and siding, they do it all. Call Dave or Cody for your next building project. You can find them on Facebook, DNC Construction of Neillsville. And the first pitch, a fastball, catches the inside corner for a call, strike 1, and a great start for varsity debut of Christian Ream. And a fastball as it looks like Stratford may not miss Schmidt or Zaleski from last year, because this kid looks like their number 1 ace here and comes with 3 straight pitches and strikes out Chase Uptergrove to start the season. So it's a big your confidence is built up there as you strike out your first guy you see at the varsity level on 3 straight pitches. Now up the shortstop, Gunnar Barth, and call is ball 1. As Ream gets signed and upstairs for ball 2. 2-0 count on the shortstop, Gunnar Barth, here from Neillsville. Overcast sky. Wind's kind of blowing in here. The windup and the pitch. Just slow with an off-speed pitch. 3-0 count. Christian Ream from the windup and the pitch. And gets a call strike, catching the outside corner. 3-1 count now. As the Tigers, defensive-wise, last year an outstanding team. And another strike there on Barth as Ream comes back to being down 3-0 to get the next 2 pitches, call strikes on Barth. And the windup and the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3 as got 2 strikeouts on the first 2 batters he has faced. Bringing up the pitcher, Andrew Hazer. So pitcher against pitcher here. And pitching staff for Stratford Catching the outside corner. Man, he's working that corner just perfectly. As Ream sets down the first two batters on strikeouts, the windup and the pitch. Just low and away. Ball one. 1-1 count with two down. Tigers leading here in the bottom of the first inning, 3-0. Gets the sign and the pitch. Just missed. But watching, Ream's got an experienced catcher back there in Brady Berg. They're saying he got hit. Not sure where he got hit. But I'm thinking the way it went back, off and hits the screen back there, I thought maybe it went off the bat. But they're saying the batter got hit with it. So a runner at first for Neillsville. From the stretch, Ream just misses the inside with a fastball. Now batting the cleanup hitter, first baseman Caden Stry. As Ream working out of the stretch. And the pitch. Just inside, ball two. Very live arm by Christian Ream. Runner at first is Andrew Hazer from the stretch and the pitch. And ground ball to the second baseman. That's hopped and goes to first for out number 3. So for the Neillsville Warriors, they come up with no runs on no hits, no errors, and one man left after one complete inning of play. It's the Stratford Tigers 3 and the Neillsville Granton Warriors nothing. And you are watching high school baseball here on Zaleski Sports.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for.
Looks like you found what you're looking for.
We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools.
A selection so big you'll need a map to find your way out.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
And we're back here at Neillsville, where the Tigers lead 3-0, and coming to bat is the number 8 hitter, right fielder Jack Remus. And looking down, third base coaching box down there is Kurt Schmidt, basketball coach. Great man. Had some nice talks with him during the basketball season. He's talking there with Dave Matson. And you would think that he wouldn't be back after his son has left now, but he stays with this ball club, and just wonderful man to talk to in almost at any sport. Forgot to mention the home plate umpire today is Chad Austin, and Chad has worked a lot of ball games. I worked with him going back 20, 22 years ago umpiring, and does a nice job. And the first pitch is a ground ball to Uptergrove and throws over to first in time for out number 1 to Jack Remus. Is retired. Bringing up Colton Halt, the second baseman for the Stratford Tigers. And Halt was not, or here he is, just played in 8 ball games last year. Mostly he was used as a pinch pinch runner last year for the Stratford Tigers. He did have a couple stolen bases, and he walked. And he takes the first pitch for a call, strike one. And just next pitch is just upstairs for ball one. Jack Tubbs in the on-deck circle for the Stratford Tigers. Next pitch inside, ball two. Hazer seen to compose himself now, and he's right around that plate and just missed inside. In fact, Andrew was wondering where that pitch was. He thought he had it, but Chad Austin has the final say on that. And the next pitch. And a ground ball at third. Almost handcuffed the third baseman there. And throws a one-hopper as Adam Hazer he stayed right with it. Kind of handcuffed him, but he made a nice play and to get the throw over to first in time. Bringing up the leadoff hitter, Jack Tubbs, who was actually hit with the very first pitch of the season and almost hit the second time. So he could have seen two pitches and just been hit with two pitches. So 1-0 count on Jack Tubbs. Next pitch comes in. You know, usually you see that when it's that close of a pitch that it'd be, the batter's standing too close to the plate, but Jack's plenty ways back in the batter's box. Next pitch comes in as Andrew Hazer is pitching very carefully to Jack Tubbs as he knows what kind of ball player he is, as he hit .342 last year for the Stratford Tigers. Next pitch catches the inside corner for call strike one. As Jack had one home run, and let's see what he had for RBIs last year. He had 22 RBIs for the Stratford Tigers, and Tubbs will work a walk. And so Jack Tubbs lands up walking. Helps his on-base percentage, puts his on-base percentage at 1,000 yet. Bringing up Riley Spindler, who had a single. Throws over to first, and Tubbs dives back in. Kind of hard to see the angle over here at first base as I've got a beam in the way here. Hazer from the stretch. Squares the bunt, and Tubbs lands up stealing second. As I mentioned, the Stratford Tigers will like to steal. They've been very, very successful over the years. Last year, as I mentioned, they stole 59 bases last year out of 61 attempts. So Stratford Tigers not afraid to run. From the stretch to Spindler. And a curveball in for a call, strike one. 1-1 count on Riley Spindler, who singled back in the first inning for the Tigers and advanced Jack Tubbs over to third base. And a pitch into the dirt. Nice stop by Hanna. As Stratford Tigers lead here early, 3-0 in the top of the second inning. Actually, the wind has died down now here at Neillsville. An overcast day. From the stretch, Hazer upstairs to Spindler. 2-1 count now on Riley Spindler. Spindler last year was the third top hitter for the Tigers, hitting .319 last year, with 12 RBIs, and the next pitch comes in, ball four, so back-to-back walks by the Stratford Tigers here. That's the third walk now for Hazer. Well, and then of course the hits batsman. So you've 4 times you've put him on either by a walk or a hit batsman. Brings up the third hitter in third baseman Vance Kuhlman. Kuhlman upstairs, ball 1. And Kuhlman was the 5th top hitter last year for the Tigers, hitting .228, but very good defensive player for the Stratford Tigers. And a fly ball, and shallow center to the shortstop, and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Stratford Tigers cannot get the runners in, so they get no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left. And after 1.5 innings of play, it's the Stratford Tigers 3 and the Neillsville Grattan Warriors nothing. And you're watching high school baseball here on Zaleski Sports.
Have you heard the big news? Gross Motors in Neillsville has moved their Ford dealership over to the Neillsville team, creating the largest Chevy, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership in central Wisconsin, all in one spot on Highway 10 in Neillsville. Today, you can buy a Ford F-150, Explorer, Edge, or Mustang in Neillsville. The wait is over. Ford is back in town. Check out the largest inventory in central Wisconsin at grossauto.com.
A&W. Try the new 3-piece pub battered cod combo. Flaky fried cod fillets, crispy fries, creamy coleslaw, and a frosty mug of made fresh A&W root beer. It's fish and chips the all-American way. And then some. A&W. Try the new 16-piece shrimp combo. Golden fried shrimp, crispy fries, creamy coleslaw, and a frosty mug of made fresh A&W root beer. It's an all-American seafood feast. And then some.
And we're back here at Neillsville. And Grand Flooring and Design of Neillsville, they can help you with all types of flooring, plus countertops, cabinets, mattresses, and more. Check out Grand Flooring and Design on Facebook and on Grand Avenue in Neillsville. And leading off for Neillsville is the third baseman, Adam Hazer, as first pitch comes in and swing and a miss by Adam. 0-1 count on the third baseman for the Warriors. And the pitch just missed. As 1-1 count now on Adam Hazer. Wind up and the pitch low and away. 2-1. Yeah, with the cold weather next Monday, I'm thinking a lot of games are going to be canceled. Because they're only talking a high of about 30 or 29 and then warm up into the 50s and 60s. But they say, if you don't like the weather in Wisconsin, stick around a day, it'll change. As the next pitch comes into Hazer for a call strike, catching the outside corner, 2-2 count now on the third baseman, Adam Hazer. And a windup in the pitch. And a bouncer. And Ream bobbles it. Did not make it clean. I'm not sure what we're going to give him, if you were going to give him a base hit on that or an error, but it looks like on the board they're going to give him an error, E1, and bringing up the catcher, Wyatt Hanna. So, Neillsville threatening here with a runner on, inside pitch, high and inside to Hanna for ball 1. That's the second runner that the Warriors have had today from the stretch. And the pitch. Upstairs for ball 2. No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks. Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. And a pitch low and away. Snap throw down to first. And he gets underneath the tag. It was pretty close. It was as Berg jumped from behind the plate there and snapped through down to first, and it was close. But Adam Hazer gets back in, gets a hand back in for the safe call. And so now we have a 3-0 count on Wyatt Hanna, the catcher. Ream from the stretch. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He had the green light on a 3-0 pitch. And it's a little surprising in high school. They say usually don't swing at a 3-0 count. And makes it 3-2 with a swing and a miss. Ream from the stretch. And the pitch. And a call, strike 3. I think he's going to regret of swinging at that pitch when he had a 3-0 count, as that is the third strikeout for Ream. So with one down, brings up the DH, Preston Berg. And swing and a miss. Left-handed hitter, Preston Berg. You don't really see a lot of left-handed hitters in high school ball, but we've got one here in Preston Berg. And the pitch. And in the dirt. And Adam goes on a wild pitch. Call that a wild pitch. It seems like Ream, works that count to 3-0, and all of a sudden he just finds another gear, and he starts finding the plate. So Ream gets the sign from Berg from the stretch. And the pitch. And outside with a fastball. 2-1 count on the designated hitter, Preston Berg. As Neillsville has a runner at second, that would be Adam Hazer, who got on with an error by Ream and just missed on the inside corner. 3-1 with one down. Ream getting the sign from Berg. Gets the okay from the stretch. And back to second as the shortstop, Spindler, snuck in the back way there, and a great pickoff move by Ream. And he threw it right where he had to, right on the bag. So Ream with the pitch. And walks Preston Berg. So with runners at first and second here in the bottom of the second inning. Caden Hartung, the left fielder. Ream working from the stretch. And the pitch. And he check swings. And now they're going to appeal it. And base umpire says nope. It was a good call. 1-0 count with one out. Runners at first and second for the Warriors. Ream from the stretch and the pitch. Just missing outside. Saw Chad Austin referee a few basketball games this last year at Stratford, as we're covering Stratford basketball this year. Ream from the stretch. Berg places on the outside corner and fouled it off. So 2-1 count. As Hartung is the eighth hitter in a lineup for the Neillsville Warriors. Ream steps to the rubber. Gets the sign from Berg from the stretch. And the pitch. Catches the outside corner at the knees for a call, strike two. 2-2 count. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built at last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. As Ream picks up his fourth strikeout of the afternoon. 2 down as center fielder Alex Stry comes to the plate. From the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. A mighty cut. Spindler playing close to the bag out there at short. Teasing Hazer a little bit out there. And a strike right at the knees on the outside corner. 0-2 count. As Neillsville has runners at first and second from the stretch. And the pitch. Low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down. And let's see here. And the pitch. And a ground ball to Spindler. Spindler up with it and throws. And in plenty of time. Great defensive play by Spindler. As Neillsville Warriors gets 2 runners on, but can't move them along. So no runs on no hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. As the Warriors have left now 3 runners on in the first 2 innings. It's Stratford 3 and Neillsville nothing. And you're watching high school baseball here on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
And we're back here in Neillsville as Stratford comes to bat here in the top of the 3rd inning, leading 3-0. Other games that are going on, the Columbus girls landed up defeating Flambeau, if I'm not mistaken. No, it wasn't not Flambeau. But the Columbus girls did win today, 16-2, as they put up 11 runs in like the 3rd inning, as I was watching it while I was eating some supper, and Columbus was just pounding the ball, and one of the girls from Columbus had 2 inside the park home runs today, and so Isaac will get a chance to see them tomorrow down at the Woodside down at Mauston. And here now batting for the Stratford Tigers is number 4. That would be Brady Berg, the catcher. Brady walked and was stranded at 3rd back in the 1st inning. And a shot. And there's a base hit for Brady Berg, as Brady was Stratford's top hitter last year, as he hit .424 for the Tigers last year. with 2 home runs and 32 RBIs. Now batting is the left fielder, Jagger Orman. And the runner taking off and fouls it off by Orman for a strike. Orman, last time up, back in the first inning, had a sacrifice fly that scored Riley Spindler from third base to make the score 2-0. Hazer on the mound for Neillsville, throws over. Berg dives back into first, brushes himself off, picks himself up, and we'll start all over again. Hazer from the stretch. And the pitch. And fouled it off by Orman. Orman playing left field for the Stratford Tigers. Jagger only played in 13 ball games for the Stratford Tigers last year, but gets the starting nod for this year. Next pitch comes in, just missed at the letters there, as Hazer is still looking for that first strikeout, as he has walked 3 batters, hit a batter, but still has not picked up his first strikeout on the season. And fastball as check swing by Orman makes the count 2-2 with nobody out and Berg at first base. Hazer from the stretch looks over to first. And the pitch. Ooh, there's a pitch called strike 3 on the outside corner. Great spot and Hazer's first strikeout of the season. As it's very cold out here, and the umpires will let the pitchers blow into their hand to try to keep it warm. I know back when I was umpiring, we let them blow in the hand all the time when on cold days like this. And the pitch, Berg takes off and throw over as Berg picks up a stolen base. Brady had 5 stolen bases last year. And actually, the 2 times the Stratford Tigers were cut down last year was Jack Tubbs got thrown out and Keelman got thrown out. The 2 times that they tried stealing last year. As Berg, I mentioned, had 5 stolen bases last year. Pop foul. I think that Larry Hazer's car is back over in that area and just got hit.
My car is way those of us who live in Neillsville might know where to park.
And a punch out as it's going to fall in for a base hit as Berg hits the third.
Yeah, Berg had to hold up just in case somebody looked like they might get to it, so he advanced to third. So, single for Ream.
As Ream gets his first hit of the season. 1 down here in the top of the 3rd inning, and runners at the corners. And brings up Trygve Aschenbrenner.
Aschenbrenner grounded out at third by Hazer first time up, but Andrew could really use a strikeout right here.
And he squares the bunt. And takes a strike right down Main Street. And courtesy runner. Let's see who we got here. As we've got a courtesy runner at third base for the Stratford Tigers for Brady Berg. And trying to find my roster here. Swing and a miss by Aschenbrenner. Count now 1-2 on the Stratford first baseman.
Ashenbrenner, you're trying to hit it somewhere.
And swing and a miss by Ashenbrenner as he goes down swinging. And that is the second strikeout for Hazer. As Jack Remus now, the right fielder, who grounded out back in the second inning to the second baseman. Now with runners at second and third. And
Coach Spade, he stays in the dugout. 1 ball, no strikes.
Hazer takes a look in from the stretch and high with a fastball. 2-0 count on the right fielder, Jack Remus. And there's a strike.
He's starting to get to the range on that curveball right now. So get a nice break and dropping it right in. And those are
2-1 count now on Remus. That is Berg at third. Just a breaking ball, just a little bit upstairs. 3-1. First base is open. And the number 9 hitter on deck is Haupt. And Hopper over first pitcher's head. And not in time, get a base hit. And we'll score that a base hit and an error, as that second run will score on an error by the shortstop. So we're going to call that a base hit and an error as the run credit Remus with an RBI. And Ream scoring on the throwing error of the shortstop. As now the Tigers have scored 2 runs here in the third inning to make it 5-0.
So 5-0 Stratford here at the third inning. 5 runs, 4 hits.
So coming to the plate is the second baseman, Colton Haupt, from the stretch. And the pitch. And a pop-up high. Shortstop. Good. And falls out of the glove. As he collides with the left fielder. And it bounces out of the glove. He had a clean catch of it, but once he got hit, the ball flew right out of the glove. As head coach Dave Matson is going out to check on his shortstop. As E6.
Yeah, and the sad thing is that's E6 too, because the ball was in his hands.
And the runner will advance to third base on that play, as with 2 outs, the runner was taking off at the sound of the bat, so he makes it all the way, Remus makes it all the way over to third base. So it looks like everything is fine out there as Dave Matson is coming back to the dugout. And that'll bring the top back to the top of the batting order.
Yeah, he was barely on the outfield grass there.
So everyone is all right. That's the main thing here. So now we have runners at second and third with 2 outs for the Stratford Tigers. Stratford leading here in the top of the third inning, 5-0. And Jack Tubbs with a shot out to right field. And they're going to send Haupt in from second as 2 more runs score, as a 2-run RBI single by Jack Tubbs puts the Tigers now up 7-0.
more runs. It's now 7-0 here in the third. But the Tigers, they look like they're in mid-season form. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Making good contact.
As the Stratford Tigers are hitting the ball, as they only have 4 hits in the, or excuse me, they have 1, 2. They have 6 hits in the ball game, and going down and getting a steal is Jack Tubbs. Will steal second base. The Tigers have 6 hits in the ball game, but they've taken advantage of and got those key hits when guys got on with walks, and they say walks will always hurt you, and exactly when you got hit by a pitch. And also the air now on the shortstop there also hurts you when your leadoff hitter gets a 2-run single. So no balls, 2 strikes. On the shortstop, Riley Spindler, who has a single and walked for the Tigers. And a ground ball to the shortstop, and it goes off his glove. It's going to be an error, and Tubbs is going to score. So an unearned run as 2 errors. Two errors by Gunnar Barth in this inning. Spindler now, and foul over to the third base dugout as Coach Schmidt picks it up and tosses it back in, as this is the 9th batter in the inning for the Stratford Tigers. Hazer looking in, looks over at first from the stretch, and the pitch, and a base hit, and line shot right to the center fielder, Alex Stry, and for out number 3. But Stratford comes up with 5 runs on 4 hits. And left 1 runner on base and 2 errors. So after 2.5 innings of play, it's the Stratford Tigers 8 and the Neillsville Grattan Warriors nothing. And you're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
After a couple years of this, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Got a passion for helping people? Maybe you like cars. Are you into science? Are you good with computers? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. Stop getting by and level up today.
Welcome to Russell's of Neillsville. Come on in and let me show you around. Washers, dryers, freezers, ranges, and refrigerators. Sofas, mattresses, lift chairs too. Russell's of Neillsville. More of what you're looking for. Come to Russell's of Neillsville for all your design service needs. From cabinets to countertops, appliances to flooring, our design specialist is here to design and plan your kitchen or bath space. Stop in and see our design team today.
And here we are back at Neillsville. As I was telling the boys over here a little story about what happened to me on Tuesday night. But the Stratford Tigers looking very, very impressive with an 8-0 lead going into the bottom of the 3rd inning as they batted around in the 3rd inning, putting up 5 runs on 4 hits. But what helped was the 2 errors by Neillsville players. And on the mound with the first pitch from Christian Ream is high and outside for ball 1. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings their top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, and affordable service. The windup and the pitch on a 1-1 count in the dirt. Picked up nice by Brady Berg. 2-1 count now to the leadoff hitter, Chase Uptergrove, as he got called out on strikes on 3 straight pitches to start the season for the Neillsville Granton Warriors. Next pitch comes in, catches the inside corner for strike 2. 2-2 count from the windup and the pitch. Just missed. As we have a 3-2 count now on Chase Uptergrove, the second baseman. The windup and the pitch. And a call, strike 3 as it catches the inside corner as Chase is caught looking. And that is strikeout number 5 for Christian Ream. Barth struck out swinging back in the first inning. As Gunnar Barth, the shortstop, will be facing Ream for the second time. And whoa, that one was a bit outside and high. Now that looked like the wild thing from Major League, I'll tell you that. Boy, that one, I'll tell you, Christian really uncorked that one there, folks. And swing and a miss as a beautiful pitch right down the pipe. 1-1 count with 1 down. 8-0, Stratford out in front here in the bottom of the third inning. And the windup and the pitch and a shot. And there's the first hit. First hit of the season for Neillsville. As Gunner hits a shot to right field. And bringing up the pitcher, Andrew Hazer, as he was hit by a pitch first time up. 1 down. Runner at first. As Andrew looks down, gets the signs from Coach Matson. And the pitch. Great stop by Brady Berg. As I mentioned, Brady's been looked at by a few college coaches. He's still got 1 more year. He's only a junior. He'll be back next year. From the stretch. And the pitch. And a snap throw down. Boy, Brady just puts that ball right on the bag where he has to put it. And outstanding arm by Brady Berg. And I'll tell you, he can hit the ball too. From the stretch. And the pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike. 2-1 count with 1 down. As Andrew Hazer, the Neillsville's ace on the mound. Low and away. 3-1 count. Runner is Gunnar Barth at first, who got Neillsville's first hit of the season. Swing and a miss with a fastball from Ream. 3-2 count. And the pitch, and low and away. So Hazer gets a walk. As Barth moves to second on the walk to Hazer, as Brady Berg goes out and talks to his pitcher out there, Christian Ream. And coming up is Caden Stride, the first baseman, having a few words with Coach Matson. Left-handed hitter So chances are with a left-handed hitter, you won't have that runner at second stealing because it's a perfect look to third. And high and outside, ball one. And Stratford will be in action on Monday, April 7th, when they travel to Wausau to take on Wausau East. And a call, strike. Just try. 1-1 count now. And then they will have their home opener on Tuesday, April 8th, when they take on the Loyal Greyhounds over at Stratford. Throwback. Ooh, very close play. Ream's got a great move, and Spindler right there, and Ream put the ball right where it had to be to put that tag on, and it was a bang-banger at second. Ream from the stretch, and knocked away, and runners will advance as it was blown away, and we'll call that a wild pitch. Second and third for Neillsville, as this is really the first threat that the Warriors have had this afternoon. And a ground ball to Aschenbrenner. He bobbles it, steps on the bag, run scores, as Stry gets an RBI. And that is the first RBI for the Warriors this season. And advancing to third is Andrew Hazer. And coming up now, the third baseman, Adam Hazer, and see if he can score his brother from third. From the stretch. Ream. And the pitch. Fly ball to right field. And right there for out number 3. As Neillsville comes up with 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. And so after 3 innings of play, it's the Stratford Tigers 8 and the Neillsville Granton Warriors 1. And you're watching high school baseball here on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Neillsville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfeind Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
And we're back here at Neillsville, and defensive changes for Neillsville. Now playing third base is Gunnar Barth. And Andrew Hazer, who was pitching, now goes to short. Adam Hazer, who was at third, is now going to first. And now pitching, the left-hander, coming from first base, is Caden Stry, as he will be facing the Tigers here in the 4th inning. As Andrew Hazer pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 hits and 8 runs, and walked 3 and struck out 2. And he will be the pitcher of record if Neillsville loses. And leading off for the Stratford Tigers will be catcher Brady Berg, as Brady walked in the first and a single and scored in the third. And first pitch from Stry is ball one. Pitch just missed. And let's see, we're doing some changing here. Hazer is at first. Next pitch, call strike to Brady Berg. And going to short is Barth. Pitch and chop foul. Barth goes to third. Okay, so we got a 2-2 count on Brady Berg here. And in the dirt, and just got Chad Austin right in the gut. And there's usually just a little area where that padding does not from that inside chest protector. And I've taken a few off like that, and it smarts. And he'll kind of get his composure here. And so the count is full to the catcher Brady Berg here in the top of the fourth inning with Stratford leading 8-1. And the pitch by Stry is low and away. And as Berg hustles down, third time he's been on base in this contest. And bringing up the left fielder, Jagger Orman. Jagger has had a sacrifice fly in the first and struck out looking in the third inning. So he's 0 for 1 in this contest. Stry from the stretch. The left-hander brings it, and Orman attempts the bunt, and he is strike one. Stry with the stretch. And a little footwork there by Orman. Stry. Throw over to first. And gets away from the first baseman, but not far enough. In order to steal a base against a left-hander, you got to have great timing in order to get a jump on him. And a strike call, and Berg. And got him. Great throw. As Berg is cut down, trying to steal with one down in the count, 1-2 on Jagger Orman, the left fielder. Stry from the windup, shakes off the first pitch, shakes off the second pitch. He must have about 4 different pitches because I saw 3 different nods there. And Stry looking in, and the windup, and the pitch. And just outside, and 2-2 count now on Orman. Stry looking in, and the windup, and the pitch in the dirt, and knocked down. And Chad Austin is really taking a beating this early in the season. But you know he's umpired for a long, long time. I think he's got right around 35 or 40 years of umpiring of officiating basketball and baseball and softball. And Orman works a walk from Stry. And so with one down here in the bottom of the fourth inning, or excuse me, the top of the fourth inning, it's the pitcher, Christian Ream. Ream has popped out to the second baseman and singled, stole a base, and scored for the Stratford Tigers. Stry from the stretch, looks over at first, and the pitch inside to Christian Ream. As you can feel it cooling off a little bit there, you know, this afternoon we haven't had any really sun. It's been cloudy skies all afternoon here at Neillsville. From the stretch, and hit the center field, and makes the catch. That would be Alex Stry. And for out number 2, they're talking about the torpedo bats down here. I don't think we're going to see any of those torpedo bats in high school baseball. The aluminum version of the torpedo bat. That I'd like to see. Exactly. Bringing up the first baseman, Trygve Aschenbrenner. As he takes the first pitch for a ball. Stry from the stretch. And the pitch. Upstairs, ball 2. 8-1 here in the top of the fourth inning for the Stratford Tigers. Stry looking in, gets the sign from the stretch, and a pitch. And catches the inside corner for call strike 1. 2 down here in the top of the fourth inning. Stry taking his time. And pivots off, and the ball gets away. And taking off is Orman. And I don't know who we're going to give the air to on that. So we're going to give it to, I'm going to let the experts down here, and they say give it to the pitcher, so we'll give it to the pitcher. So a runner at third, and fouled off. And so Aschenbrenner has worked the count to 2-2 with 2 down here in the fourth. And the pitch, and fouls it off. So he stays alive. He'll stay around for at least one more pitch. Tigers got a runner in scoring position down at third. That's Jagger Orman as he advanced to third on an error. Stry looking in for the sign from his catcher, Hannah. And from the stretch. And the pitch. And pops off the glove. Oh, Orman was thinking about going. He was more than almost halfway down. And he decided, whoa, we better turn around and head back to third. So great job by the catcher, Hannah, in order to hustle after that ball. So 3-2 count with 2 down. Runner at third from the stretch. The Stry and the pitch. And a ground ball to third. Barth picks it up, throws the first in time. Stayed with that. Great job by Barth of staying with that and getting the third out. The Tigers come up with no runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. So after 3.5 innings of play, it's the Stratford Tigers 8 and the Neillsville Grattan Warriors 1. And you're watching high school baseball here on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
And we're back here at at Neillsville. And now pitching for the Stratford Tigers is Vance Keelman. He was actually a main pitcher that was coming back from last year, and I figured he would be starting, but here he is coming into relief. And Ream has gone to third base. Oh, right field he went into. No, we've got to have a new third baseman, so. And number 10, Hulpt, who was at second, is now playing third. And number 7, Tubbs, is at second. And Keelman is now the pitcher. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Very good fastball by Keelman. As Hannah leads off. Next pitch. Great curveball by Keelman for a call, strike 2. As Keelman's off-speed pitch is rolling away, 1-2 count now. And the pitch. And down low, 2-2. And we're trying to figure out, Hulpt has moved from second to third now. As Tubbs has gone to second. And 3-2 count. And a pop-up. And foul out of play. As Keelman has a 3-2 count on the batter. And a ground ball. And it's deep in the hole. Spiller with the throw. Not in time. But great defensive play by Spindler. Base hit for the catcher, Wyatt Hanna, as that is the second hit for Neillsville. And coming up now is the DH, Preston Berg, as Berg walked back in the second inning. And we have a courtesy runner. And Keelman with the pitch. Upstairs, ball one. That's the second time that Neillsville's got on with the leadoff hitter. Back in the first inning, Adam Hazer got on with an error by the pitcher. This time, Hannah gets a base hit. Throw over to first, not in time. As Keelman was a relief pitcher last year for the Stratford Tigers, pitching 6 2/3 innings. Next pitch comes into Preston Berg. It calls strike one. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning here at Neillsville with Stratford leading 8-1. From the stretch, Keelman with the delivery. With a check swing, Berg knocks it down nicely. And we're going to appeal, and base umpire says, nope, he didn't go. So 2-1 count on the designated hitter. And a throw over to first base. And Hannah back in plenty of time. Keelman. And the pitch. Right at the letters. And a 2-2 count. Runner at first for Neillsville. Keelman from the stretch. And the delivery. And foul ball on a curveball. As we are in the bottom of the fourth inning here. And this game is about an hour and a half old. From the stretch, Keelman with the delivery. And a call, strike three. As Keelman picks up his first strikeout of the season. And Hartung, the left fielder, comes to the plate now for Neillsville. And he plays left field, and he struck out swinging back in the second inning for the Stratford Tiger, or for Neillsville, and fouls it off. And I see we got the bullpen car going out in left field. And we've got a golf cart buzzing through the left field behind the fence here. I remember back in Major League Baseball when they used to bring their relief pitchers in with a golf cart. And now they just run in. And the pitch down low. And good pitch to steal on. As they get a stolen base. So Neillsville granting that team now with a runner at second base. 1-1 count on the hitter, Caden Hartung. And the delivery, low and away. 2-1 count. It'll be interesting with Stratford schedule here, who they will throw on Monday. And foul ball. As Hope picks it up down there by at third. Throws it back to Keelman. Hope started at second base for the Stratford Tigers. With the pitching change here, he's now moved to third, and Tubbs has moved in to the second base spot. And a ground ball deep in the hole. Spindler gets past. And the runner had to hold there to see what was going to happen. And the left fielder charged the ball and threw to second base to Tubbs and almost got him off the bag there. But Neillsville comes up with their third base hit of the ball game, but could not advance that runner as he had to wait till the ball got through the shortstop. But great defense, hustle by the left fielder. As Alex Stry now, the center fielder, the number 9 hitter, is hitting for the Warriors with runners at first and second and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Keelman from the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1 count. To Alex Stry. Keelman looking in. Gets the pitch he wants. And delivery. Ground ball up the middle. Double play ball. And beautiful double play ball. 6-4-3.
Nice turn there. 6-5-3.
As Neillsville comes up with 2 hits but cannot muster a run on a great double play by the Stratford Tigers to get out of it. And Neillsville comes up with 2 hits, no runs, no errors, and one man left on base. After 4 complete innings of play, it's the Stratford Tigers 8 and the Neillsville Grattan Warriors 1. And you're watching high school baseball here on Zaleski Sports.
With more winter snow on the way, make your way to Chili Implement. Chili Implement, located conveniently between Marshfield and Chili, just north of Highway 10, is ready to help you make snow removal easier. Visit Chili Implement and see how their complete selection of Kubota and Cub Cadet snow removal machines will simplify your winter. Chili Implement open Monday through Saturday for sales, service, and parts. Chili Implement will also help you finance your next purchase. You can also see more at chiliimplement.com.
A&W. Try the new 3-piece pub battered cod combo. Flaky fried cod fillets, crispy fries, creamy coleslaw, and a frosty mug of made fresh A&W root beer. It's fish and chips the all-American way. And then some. A&W. Root beer float and root beer cream freeze. 2 delicious ways to savor the all-American flavor and creamy vanilla soft serve. They're the sweetest friends a frosty mug ever had. And then some.
And we're back here at Neillsville as the Stratford Tigers have an 8-1 lead going into the top of the 5th inning. And leading off for the Stratford Tigers will be the right fielder, Jack Remus. Jack has grounded out the second baseman and had a base hit and scored back in the 3rd inning when the Tigers put up 5 big runs. And still out on the mound is Stry. Stry with the delivery and a ground ball to the second baseman. That's Undergrove and an error by Neillsville. And coming up now is the number 9 hitter, Colton Haupt. Colton has now playing third base. Grounded up to the third baseman back in the 2nd inning and got on with an error and scored back in the 3rd. As Remus is a runner at first. And a throw over to first and gets back, diving back in. Ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Colton Haupt. Stry from the stretch and deliver and popped up into the infield. The shortstop, Hazer, makes the catch for out number 1. And that'll bring us back to the top of the batting order as Jack Tubbs now playing second base. That was his position last year. And he will be see what he can do here now in the top of the 5th inning. This is his 4th plate appearance as he was hit by a pitch in the first inning, walked and scored in the first inning, walked and stolen base in the second, base hit and a stolen base in the third. So he's actually 1 for 1 and scored twice in this contest. Stride. Low. Nice job by Wyatt, or Hannah back there. Wyatt Hannah blocking that ball so the runner at first would not advance. Stride with the delivery. And a ground ball. Deep, and that he'll sneak through. That's a Sinai single right there. As Tubbs with his second hit. And the runner advances all the way to third on that play. Great hustle by Jack Remus to get over to third. And now Spindler, the shortstop, as Riley's been on base 3 times, as he singled and scored in the first, walked in the second, and reached on an error by the shortstop in the third. So RBI situation here for Riley Spindler. Toss over to first as Tubbs gets back. Riley last year had 12 RBIs last year, as the Tigers had 4 players with 20 or more RBIs last year. Great offensive production for the Stratford Tigers. Stride. 1-0 count on the batter, Riley Spindler. Stride from the stretch. Looks back at second. And as Tubbs landed up stealing second, that's his third stolen base of the day. From the stretch. Stride with the delivery. Upstairs, inside. Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives, one smile at a time. Set up a free consultation today. 3-1 count to Riley Spindler, with 2 runners in scoring position. And ball 4 and loads the bases. So 4 times Spindler has been on base. Brings up the pitcher, Vance Kuhlman. As Kuhlman has RBI double back in the first and scored, popped out to the shortstop and flew out to the center fielder. Fly out would be great here with a possible chance of a sacrifice fly. Or a base hit would be better yet for the young pitcher. And a long fly and way out. Whitetail Properties Real Estate is your premier hunting land, farmland, and recreational land broker. If you are looking to buy or sell, Central Wisconsin agents are Brian and Evan Resch at whitetailproperties.com. And the delivery, and in the dirt, knocked down, but not far enough for the runner, Jack Remus, to advance. Gross Motors in Neillsville has the largest Chevy, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership in Central Wisconsin, all in one place. Shop today at Gross Motors in Neillsville or at grossauto.com. And fouled it off. 1-2 count on Vance Kuhlman. As Tigers have only struck out twice. Last year, the Tigers had an average of 4 strikeouts a game last year. 2-2 count now to Vance Keelman. Stratford's team has always been very, very aggressive and know the zone very well. Stry looking in to get the sign. Shakes his head yes. And the stretch and the pitch. And low and away. 3-2 count with one down here in the top of the fifth inning. And with bases loaded, put one in a gap, they could easily score 3 runs here. And ball 4. That's an easy way to get an RBI.
So another walk issued by the Neillsville pitching staff here today.
As Remus scores to make it 9-1 now. With catcher Brady Berg. Brady has walked, stole a base in the first, singled and stole a base in the third, and walked and scored in the third, and walked in the fourth. So having an outstanding day and a great job behind the plate. Pitch comes in right at the letters, call strike 1. I see his mom and dad's got a great view right behind the plate here watching this ball game. And I know his Uncle Scott at Scotty's will be watching this baby back at and call strike 0-2. So with bases loaded, one down, and Scott Berg led the team in home runs last year. Whoa, very close. Oh. Strive. Just by the look on Stry's face, he thought he had that pitch. Stry looks in, sign from Hannah, and gets away, and coming in is Stubbs. And scores a run on a wild pitch as Spindler and Keelman both advance to second and third. And we are looking possibly at a 10-run rule coming up, but Neillsville will get one more bat yet here in the fifth inning. Stry from the stretch. And Berg fouls it off, and that's going way back. So, 2-2 count on Brady Berg. Runners at second and third. Left hand hitting Brady Berg. From the stretch, Stry with the delivery. And fouls it off, stays alive. I know when I came to the ballpark here, he was the first one that greeted me here today as him and I get along very well. Brady situated in the batter's box. Drive from the stretch. And lifts one to left. Should be deep enough for a sacrifice fly. And scoring will be Spindler as RBI for Brady Berg as Brady did his job. And Berg gets an RBI. That is his first RBI of the ball game. But it came at a key time here. And the runner at second, Vance Keelman, stayed at second. So Tigers are now ahead 11-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth inning for the Stratford Tigers. As Stry steps to the rubber to face Jager Orman, as Jager has a sacrifice fly back in the first, struck out, called out on strikes in the third, and walked back in the fourth. So he's 0 for 1 today. And a shot to right field, and it's over the right fielder's head, and that'll bring in Kuhlman, as Orman got it all as he's going into third with a stand-up triple. Orman got that all as the right fielder had no chance of making that catch out there. And with the speed that Orman had, you knew he was going to get all the way to third. So the Tigers are up now 12-1 on 8 hits. And Christian Ream, who's now playing right field and has gone 1 for 3 in the contest, popped out to the second baseman in the first, base hit and scored, and a stolen base in the third, and flew out to the center fielder in the fourth inning. Stry says yes to the pitch that he wants from the stretch and pops it up and out of play. And we didn't hear any crashes back out in the parking lot, so everything's safe back there. And I see the softball game has just gotten over with as the fans are leaving the softball field over there. From the stretch. And a call strike. 0-2 count to the right fielder, Christian Ream. From the stretch, from Stry. Oh, very close. And Stry thought he had that one. As he started walking off the mound there, he thought he had that. So 1-2 count now to Christian Ream, and can't make the catch. Score another run. So we're going to go E9 on that. And so that's 6 errors now on the Neillsville Warriors. And this will be the 9th batter of the inning, the second time in this ball game. Last time was back in the third inning when they scored 5 runs. And right now, the Tigers have scored 4 runs here in the 5th inning, as first baseman Trygve Aschenbreder comes to the plate. Trygve, great job he's done at first base tonight. He's grounded out to the third baseman in the first, struck out swinging in the third, and grounded out to the third baseman in the fourth. So he's 0 for 3 on the contest. Stry from the stretch. And the pitch. And did a fence, and they're saying he got hit. So that's the second batter that the Tigers have been hit tonight, as Jack Tubbs got hit to start out the ball game. And so the Tigers will be bringing their 10th batter to the plate as Jack Remus, the right fielder. As Tigers are up 13-1 here. Stry from the stretch. And catches the outside corner on a fastball, strike 1. And Remus is 1 for 3 tonight, scored twice. Another strike. So Jack has made contact all 3 times tonight. As I mentioned, the Tigers have only struck out twice in this contest. And the pitch. A dribbler and bobbles it, and the first baseman, Hoosier, tags the bag for out number 3. As Stratford scores on 4 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors and left 2 on base. After 5 complete innings of play, it's the Stratford Tigers 13 and the Granton Neillsville Warriors 1. And you're watching.
Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
We're back here at Neillsville, and warming up now on the mound is catcher Brady Berg. Will come in and pitch the 5th inning here. Orman is behind the plate, and he will move from Jagger Orman will move from left field to catch. So Stratford will be sending 3 pitchers here, as they will not play until Monday when they take on Wausau East at Wausau. And then on Tuesday, they have the Loyal Greyhounds coming in for their home opener at Stratford. And the time for that first pitch will be at 4:30. The Wausau East game, first time for that pitch is at 5 o'clock. So if you want to watch a little baseball, you can either go up to Wausau and watch them, or go to Stratford for their home opener on Tuesday, April 8th. And coming to bat is Chase Uptergrove to lead it off. As Uptergrove has struck out twice in his 2 appearances. As the first pitch by Brady Berg is low. Berg, a right-handed pitcher, bats left. And the pitch upstairs. Brady threw a little bit last year at the varsity level and also during American Legion season. And a pop-up to right field. The right fielder comes in and calls the second baseman off for out number 1. And coming up now is third baseman Gunnar Barth. So Berg's out there ready, and the windup and the pitch. Good fastball, just missed upstairs. And the windup and the pitch, just missed again. And a strike called to Barth. BBD Sports Shop is your one-stop headquarters for everything outdoors this summer. Shop 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations in Cadott, Abbotsford, or online at bigbeardown.com. And a foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the batter, Gunnar Barth. Hiller's True Value in Central Wisconsin, Milwaukee Tools Destination Center. Check out current promotions and get great deals on Milwaukee Tools today. From the people you can depend on, that's Hiller's True Value Hardware in Marshfield. And Barth goes down on strikes for out number 2, bringing up Andrew Hazer. And inside, whether you're buying or selling, you can trust the Neillsville next home team of Julie Simic and Jake Orman to guide you through the process. For commercial, residential, and land properties, Julie and Jake have the expertise you need. Call the next home professionals, Julie Simic and Jake Orman in Neillsville today. Pitch down low. We'd like to thank all the sponsors sponsoring tonight's ball game. Without you, we wouldn't be bringing you this broadcast. So thank you very much, advertisers. We appreciate you. Oh, beautiful pitch. 2-1 count now to Andrew Huser. Andrew was hit by a pitch back in the first and walked in the third. So this is his third plate appearance in the contest. And we have a 2-2 count with 2 down. And the Tigers leading 13-1. The windup and the pitch. And a shot down the right field line and foul. And so, as I mentioned, Neillsville Granton Warriors here will be in action come Monday when they travel to Auburndale. And then on the 8th, they travel to Bangor. And then on the 14th of April, they travel to Cadott before they come back home on Tuesday, April 15th, tax day. And a base hit for Andrew Hazer, as he will now 1 for 1 in the contest. That'll bring up Caden Stry, the pitcher, as Caden is grounded out to the second baseman and grounded out to the first baseman. So, Neillsville Granton will be on the road for quite a while here with Auburndale, Bangor, and Cadott, and then back here at Neillsville High School on April 15th against the Owen Withy Thorpe team with a 5 o'clock start on that. So we'll see what they can do on the road. And Auburndale, who's got a very good program. Bangor's always got a good program. And Cadott over in that western part of the Clover Belt. 2-0 count to Caden Stry with a runner at first. That's Andrew Hazer. And catches the inside corner for a call strike. Berg looking very impressive on the mound. Very strong arm, as we saw in some of the pickoff moves down at first base. And Stry swings at a low pitch for strike 2. As Berg looks over at first from the stretch and the pitch and fouled it off as Andrew Hazer, Caden Stry stays alive. Brady gets a new ball, looks over at first from the stretch and the pitch. Outside. 3-2 count with 2 down. Runner should be going at first. That'd be Andrew Hazer. from the stretch. And the pitch. And fouled it off. Berg from the stretch. And could this be the final pitch? And misses and walks Caden Stry. First and second with two down, and brings up the first baseman, Adam Huser. And swing at a high fastball. Actually, a very good crowd that we had here today, and they're still hanging in here yet. Berg from the stretch. And the delivery. Right on the outside corner with a fastball. 0-2 count. Runners at first and second. Stratford up 13-1. 0-2 count. And the pitch. Just missed. As Jagger Orman thought he had that strike. He framed it very well there. From the stretch. And the pitch. Down low. 2-2. As the Stratford Tigers, one of the favorites to win that Marathon South. And a shot. And right to Tubbs for the final out. As this game went exactly 2 hours long. As the Stratford Tigers win their season opener against the Neillsville Grattan Warriors with a 13-1 win and looking very impressive. So we'll be back to talk with head coach Drew Spaeth and a player of the game when we come back right after this. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Neillsville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Neillsville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
All right, we're back here at Neillsville. I'm a little hoarse, but we'll get through this here. We're with Drew Spaeth, the head coach of the Stratford Tigers. And Drew, congratulations. Your coaching debut at Stratford, and you get a first win right off the bat here with a very impressive 13 to 1 win. And I'll tell you, the bats were working very well. So you came up with some big key hits when you had to get them, and your team looked very good.
Yeah, you know, we got an exciting group of boys. Put a lot of work into the off season, really working on basically all of our fundamentals. Are we putting the ball over the plate? Are we being the toughest possible out we can when we're up to bat? And when we're base running, are we being the toughest possible base runner we can? Our goal is to put pressure on teams and be aggressive, because I believe we have the boys that can do so.
Well, I know I looked at stats from last year, and you guys are very aggressive last year. You had 59 stolen bases and only cut down twice last year. And you proved it again today with, I don't know, you must have had 6 or 7 stolen bases today. But what I want to talk about is that starting pitcher you had today. You must have pitched JV ball last year, and he looked very, very impressive.
So Christian Reamy's actually a freshman for us.
Really?
This is his first varsity ball. He's going to be a special arm for us. As we could see today, he's got some good stuff. We just got some small things to work on and putting the ball over the plate a little bit more. But with the work that we have with our pitching staff and that the senior and junior leaders that we have, we're going to have a pretty good solid staff. And our biggest focus on it is just keeping the ball over the plate and making the hitters hit the ball, and Christian did a really good job today doing that.
Yeah, Christian did a very nice job. I mean, the first batter he faced, you know, he threw 3 pitches for a strikeout, and the next batter struck out also. So very impressive. He's got a very good tailing fastball that he's got, and he's got an arm on him.
Yeah, he does. He's got a really live arm, low 80s type of arm as a freshman. So he's a special type of player. The biggest thing is keeping him with his work ethic and keep grinding through those things. As a young guy, he's got some things that we keep talking about of just slowing the game down, pounding the strikes, and trusting our defense. And as we go through the season, 100% confidence he's going to keep doing that, and he's going to be a great arm for our team.
Well, I know also, and it was great to get 2 other pitchers in there also that you had from last year also that Marshall had last year for the Tigers, and they looked very good also.
Yeah, we were able to get Vance Kielman in and Brady Berg in. They've had a good year for us last year. They had a really good summer for us. They're going to be some 2 big relief pitchers for us, with Brady hopefully doing a little bit of starting as well. But it was nice to be able to get 3 guys in today, see what they can do for our first game. Like I said, the biggest thing early on in these games is just keeping to put the ball over the plate and trusting our guys, and they're doing a really good job at that.
Well, you got a big ball game coming up next Monday against a Division I, Division ball club in Wausau East. What do you think you'll see there?
Oh, that's going to be a really tough matchup, getting them early on during the week. So hopefully we're going to get their ace. We'll be able to throw our top guys. But we love facing those bigger schools because it helps pushes us to be the better team that we can, and hopefully get us ready for that conference run that we're hoping to make, and get us ready for the playoffs as well.
Yeah, you got to mark your calendar. I think it's about the middle of April when the big matchup with back-to-back days with Marathon.
Yeah, Marathon's always been a great ball club. We've gone back and forth to them since I've been playing. They're just a well-run team. Coach Warren does a great job with them. But honestly, the whole conference is going to be really tough this year, and I think anyone could beat anyone on any given day. So it's going to come down to who can throw strikes and play good defense, and whoever does that, I think, is going to have a really good chance of being our Marywood champs.
Drew, congratulations again on your coaching debut and getting a very impressive win, and we'll see you down the road.
Thank you
All right,
much.
you betcha, Drew. And we're going to have Jack Tubbs come over here, and Jack, great ball game today. A heck of a way to start out the season, getting hit with the first pitch right away. 4 times up, 4 times on base, and hit by a pitch, walk with a stolen base, single with a stolen base, another single with a stolen base. And as I talked to Coach before, you guys were very aggressive last year when you had 59 stolen bases and cut down twice last year. Yeah. And you actually, I think you were one of them that got cut down last year. Yeah. But very impressive outing by your freshman pitcher and even your whole ball club.
Yeah, it was we scrimmaged at Everest on Tuesday, and it kind of showed that the freshman had a little jitters on that game. So I'm glad he stepped on the mound and actually pitched really well for his first outing.
So you got Wausau East coming up next week, and I know you're going to be playing some college ball next year. I can't remember where you're going to in Minnesota.
Oh, I'm going to St. Mary's University of Minnesota. It's in Winona.
Okay. Is that what division is that?
It's a D3.
D3.
School.
Okay. So good luck to you over there, but good luck the rest of the season here, and. You guys got a very nice ball club, and you'll contend a conference this year and possibly stretch her into the regionals and sectionals too this year.
Yeah, the last couple of years we've had a solid team and have just came short in the regional finals both years. So we're hoping this year to change that narrative and try to get into sectionals and push through the regional final curse.
All right, you know how this is done. You've done it quite a few times with me, so we're going to put you in the house.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Jack Tubbs, and I'm in the house.
Jack, thanks a lot. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Again, big win for the Stratford Tigers as they win 13-1, and a very fine outing by their freshman pitcher, Christian Ream. And he threw 3 innings, gave up, whoops, I'm on the wrong side here. He pitched 3 innings and gave up, I think it was only 1 hit. And struck out 5 and walked 1, and a very fine outing by Christian, and the rest of the hitting staff also. Here we had Vince Kielman going 1 for 3, Riley Spindler going 1 for 2 and scored twice. As I mentioned, Jack Tubbs going 2 for 2, got on base all 4 times, 3 stolen bases. So very aggressive ball club by the Stratford Tigers, and the actually defending champions along with Marathon in the Marywood Conference. So they will compete again this year also. So we'll be back on the air next week as I'm over in Auburndale next week, and I've got 4 ball games next week, and I'm looking forward to all 4 of them. And the weather's supposed to warm up, so we're going to enjoy a lot of softball and a lot of baseball. And I'd like to thank all the fans for watching us here on Zaleski Sports, and we'll see you and have a great weekend. Bye now.